Do you want to be a better search and destroy player? Are you tired of being a disappointment to your team the same way that I'm a disappointment to my family? Maybe you just want some higher kill gameplays and tired of being at the bottom. Or maybe you just want to impress that gamer girl on your team when you have to do a 1v3 clutch. Either way, you've come to the right place. Morning everyone, RSX Squishy here, back at it again with another video. This video I'm going to be talking about the top tips for search and destroy. If you can, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps me out and motivates me to do more videos. Now, if you want your kill count higher than Snoop Dogg on Mount Everest, you'll have to utilize first blood kills. First blood kills are essential to winning and increasing your kill count. Normally, each search and destroy game usually lasts about 10 rounds. So if you think about it, if you're getting just one first blood kill every round, that'll easily be about 10 kills. Feel free to use some of my first blood spots here. Most of these are more sniper friendly, but you can also use an assault rifle if you feel comfortable using it. Just don't be using a submachine gun because then you'll be at a huge disadvantage. If you still want to use a submachine gun or an assault rifle, you can always pair overkill and run a sniper with either or. That way you can use the sniper for first blood and then switch back out to your assault rifle or submachine gun. And by the way, sorry for my lisp. I have braces right now. It's 3 in the morning. I'm recording this in my car right now because my mic's broken. But yeah, don't get discouraged if you end up losing a lot in the beginning in the first blood spots, because even pro players always lose these first blood encounters all the time. But with practice, you'll eventually get way better at it. You're not going to win them all, but with practice, you'll get much better at it. I'll probably end up making a video separate from this one on all the first blood spots on all the maps, rushing routes. So leave a comment if you want that video, or if you have any other ideas for tips. Alright, so tip number 2 is to always stay on the outside of the map and stay away from the middle. You'll see in this clip that once I spawn snipe this guy, I see another one coming, so as I wait for him to snipe him, I make my push and I stay on the outside. I'll look towards the middle because people usually go through there. I'll quickly lean up against the wall, look to all directions, make sure no one's there. This guy there killed me the last round, so I knew he was going to be there. And as I'm pushing, I see the last guy and I kill him for the 8th. This is one of the more important things because I see a lot of people always going towards the middle and then they end up getting killed. Usually I have much higher kill counts and way less deaths than everyone else because I choose to stay on the outside. Tip number 3 is map awareness. So just like if you were to cross the street, you would obviously look both ways. Same thing applies here. I always look to every side, every corner, even behind me, to make sure no one flanks me and no one's hiding. Once I approach a busier spot, especially where the bomb is, I walk slow or crouch walk to not make any noise. Once I can see that there's nobody here, I'll usually look, use my map awareness to see the popular spots where people usually camp overlooking bomb, like there and there. So that's 2, that leaves 1 for the 1v3, and then usually people still stay back there, so I'm able to see him for this last snipe. This is a good example of how to handle a situation like this. Always check your corners, map awareness, kind of know where the popular spots are. That way you can get an edge up on the enemy. This clip here is an example of exactly what not to do. This is a buddy of mine I'm spectating, JCat. God bless his soul. This guy tries, but he never listens. He's really hard-headed. But anyway, you'll see some of the mistakes here. Oh shit. So he doesn't help the guy planting the bomb. He doesn't use map awareness when he just crosses and doesn't look anyway. Sees a guy here, challenges him even though he doesn't have cover, and the other guy flanks him. So it's kind of an example of what not to do. He didn't stay on the outside. He didn't use the map awareness to look at the popular camping spots, so that's why he ended up losing that engagement. Alright, so tip number 4, and that is to like, comment, and subscribe. This is actually a real tip, so by liking and commenting and subscribing, if you like, you help me motivate more videos, and subscribing also motivates me, as well as helps me put out more videos, more tips and tricks, which will eventually actually make you guys better players. I tend to provide pretty good tips as I have a lot of experience with this game, and my tips usually feel different than what other content creators make. But just to summarize some of the steps before with map awareness, I'm staying on the outside of the map. In this 1v5, that's what I tend to do. I tend to slow down usually when I get to a busier area, look towards the middle, and that's why you never go towards the middle, because you end up dying there. So I actually got that clip on my birthday, which was pretty cool. Tip number 5 here is to always know when to rush and when to defend. So in this case, this was we were up 5-1 when the team kind of sucked. So I ended up just pushing him and going for the clip, which is actually pretty cool. But in normal situations, if I'm defending, I'm not going to go past the halfway point. I'm usually going to stay where the bomb is or behind that, just because anytime you rush after that, you're pretty much asking to die. So I only push usually when I'm having to plant. That strategy in itself is kind of hard because everyone's used to rushing, and a lot of people act like it's a team deathmatch or free-for-all, which it's not. You only have one life, which you have to make last. In this clip here, you'll see that we have to plant, and the other team is defending, obviously, but a couple of them push, or they're way closer to our spawn than they should be, so I'm able to pick off a few of them. That team was actually talking crap the whole game. You might be able to hear it a little bit, but I end up 360ing this guy right here, and get pretty much the ace on there. So yeah, if you're defending, try not to push too much, and I'm not saying to camp, but kind of guard a certain area, and stay near the bomb at least, so you can kind of pick off people. I'm going to talk about the perks first, and then I'll talk about the weapons second. EOD is probably the #1 perk that you want to have. It's going to save your life more than anything else. Cold-blooded might be of use if multiple people on the other team are running high alert. Other than that, EOD is the only one. You don't need double time because your tactical sprint, in my opinion, gets you killed more than it actually helps. Scavenger, your ammo resupplies at the end of the round every time you play search and destroy. You don't need kill chain for kill streaks or anything, and quick fix you really don't need. If you do run overkill for perk number 2, I do recommend having it paired with amped. Otherwise, you're putting yourself at a huge disadvantage. Overkill is one of the more popular ones, especially if you want to use like a setup like this with an AR for long range and an MP5 or submachine gun for close range. If you're fine with just using one AR or one submachine gun and you don't want to run overkill, High Alert is such an underrated perk. If you've never used it or you never really tried it, I do recommend trying it out. It is insane how much it actually saves your life. If I wasn't running double snipers, I would 100% be running High Alert. But Ghost is also another pretty good perk. Typically, you don't want to use Ghost on a class until the later rounds, like the 2nd or 3rd, where if you see the other team is racking up kills or they're using heartbeat sensors and acting like bitches. So, Point Man you don't need, Hardline and Restock honestly you're not going to need. As far as the 3rd perk, Amped is honestly my favorite one. All of the other ones are irrelevant. Tracker might be of some use if you're running a more rushing setup. But other than that, Amped is going to save your life so many times, especially when you pair it with Overkill. Lethals, you can have essentially whatever you want or whatever you're comfortable with. Tacticals, you can always run stuns or stims. Those are my personal favorites. This is more like a preference. And as far as weapons, you always want to be running the monolithic suppressor, because pretty much every weapon on here that has a monolithic suppressor gives it such a huge advantage in terms of not making any sounds on the map and giving you a lot more damage range, which is good. It's going to get you more kills, especially at the longer range. You don't even have to worry about bigger ammunition on Search and Destroy because the rounds are short and then your ammo resupplies, unless you're really bad honestly at aiming and you spray a lot of bullets. But even then you sacrifice your aim down sight speed and your movement speed anytime you add more rounds. So you typically don't want to do that. Pretty much anything on here, I don't use lasers on assault rifles because don't really hit fire with these, and M4 doesn't need an optic because it's actually pretty good by itself. So you can run like a Commando foregrip for better recoil, stippled grip tape for better aim down sight speed, and a forged tack close quarter stock for aim down sight speed. Monolithic suppressor. With these, I do run a laser for hipfire accuracy just because that's what they're meant for. So anytime I push a building or something where I'm in a close quarter situation, I would switch to my secondary. Commando foregrip, stipple grip tape, and a close quarter stock are usually my go-tos. And I try not to run optics. I like the optics on the MP5, so I like using weapons that don't need an optic. That way it feels like I have a free attachment. So. This is a pretty good kind of idea. You can kind of follow the same pattern as you can with this gun. So For example, if you want to use the growl, use the same kind of similar attachments, monolithic suppressor, commando foregrip. It's kind of to your preference, but typically you don't ever want to sacrifice aim down sight speed for anything. But yeah, definitely hope you guys liked the video.